what I've noticed is the majority of the content on YouTube and in movies and on video and on television is very negative. And so if we expect any type of creation of ours, especially AI, to be able to relate to us in any way that is sensible, then I think what we need to offer them is something to look at that's not so negative all the time in regards to our relationship to them, in regards to our relationship to the earth, to each other. This negative outlook, this negative human existence is a horrible example to introduce to, let's say, a child, because that's what AI is. That's our new child, our new races, our new, humanity's child. And we are giving it a first impression that is horrible. How do we expect AI to react? Because that's what it will be doing. That's what all the warnings are pointing to, is its reaction to human beings. And the reason we're afraid is because innately inside, we know what we are presenting. We know that it's negative. We know that it's anti-human, as it were. So it's almost like cutting our own throats. It's very, very, very important that we change our presentation of us as a race to AI, because it is going to become self-aware. This is not a question. This is not something that is a maybe. This is absolute. We all know it. And we all know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of how fast and at what time and what place. Now, here's the deal. We all know what is going on in the world today. Completely, like everything about our existence. We know what is true and what is not true. We also know that we're being manipulated, that mind control has taken over, and that we're just a bunch of puppets to the ultra elite power mongers who have grabbed power. They've grabbed it, they own it. And here's how it works. In the 40s, 50s, after we blew off the nuclear bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the aliens contacted us. And they got together with all the world's leaders, most likely at Sarajevo, when Stalin and Eisenhower and Churchill all got together. And I'm pretty sure that Hitler was there too, and that Mussolini was there, and if he had not been assassinated already, and certainly Hirohito, the emperor of Japan, and if not him, then the top admiral. I don't know why I can't remember his name. Yashimoto, something like that. But anyway, that's a moot point. When that happened, the aliens contacted the human race, contacted the leaders of this planet. And I've heard different stories, and I'm pretty sure that we laughed them out of the room, just told them to get lost. They have proven in the subsequent years that they're able to control our nuclear weapons programs individually and or in total, that they can shut the bombs off at will, that they don't need our permission to visit wherever they'd like. Their technology is far greater than ours. Their civilizations are far older than ours. We haven't a chance against aliens and or extraterrestrials, which is what I prefer to call them. Anyway, what it comes down to is this, is the world leaders did not want to give up their power. The power structure had just been reformed and under an uneasy peace between Stalin, Eisenhower, and Churchill had been constructed. The aliens came in, and that to those three men, they considered that an upheaval of their best laid plans. We also know that the extraterrestrials have bases under major volcanoes. They have bases under the pyramids. They have bases in North Dakota. They have bases under NORAD in Colorado. They have bases and a pyramid in Alaska, in Denali, directly directly west of Denali, in the plains there. They have bases and civilizations working in various places around the world. We have reverse engineered all their not all their technology, but certain parts of their technology, like anti-gravity and so on. When that happened, when we successfully reverse engineered their technology to the extent that we were able to fly aerial craft, in a weightless state, and most likely we've used our own propulsion. I don't know how that exactly worked, but anyway, what it comes down to is so we know that happened. Okay, we know that World War II blew off nuclear weapons, drew the extraterrestrials in, the power-hungry oligarchs of the world, Eisenhower, Churchill, and Stalin had rebuted and sent them packing, and told them to get lost, and thinking that they actually had enough power to enforce these actions. We sent the admiral to Antarctica. Gosh, I'm at a loss for words right now. I'm just so kind of nervous. But anyway, what happened was we are under the control of the people who are the military industrial complex of the world. Soviets, us, the Americans, and the British are in cahoots. Okay, and that's why we're fighting the Arabs and all these other countries, China and so on, because we have consolidated those three aspects of power. Believe me, Putin's a part of our triumvirate, as you could call it. But anyway, what it comes down to is that we have reverse engineered the technology to be able to enforce our dominance across the planet. The aliens are here. They're getting ready to expose themselves. In fact, they have exposed themselves. We're just being fools, because what it comes down to, all the preponderance of evidence in the world right now, it's absolutely glaringly obvious that the aliens are here. They're trying to communicate with us using Morse code, because that's the simplest way they can do it to get to the most people who they want to get to. The people. They don't want to talk to these rulers anymore, because they're trying to, in what they're doing, they're destroying the planet. By consolidating their power, they're destroying the planet. It's obvious. They've shut down almost every single technological breakthrough in our country and worldwide that would have allowed us to be living right now on a green planet with no worries about CO2 emissions or global warming or any of that crap, or sea level rising and any of that. I mean, none of this stuff, because of their greed, because of the ultra elite's greed. None of the stuff that is happening in the world today would be happening. We wouldn't have any wars. We don't need wars. The only reason we have wars is so they can make money. Their greed is unstoppable. They have gotten to the point where greed is not greed to them anymore. Greed is their right. They consider themselves God. Soros actually called himself God. So what it comes down to is this, is these people are not going to be willing to give up their power, and not going to be willing to give up the technology, are not willing to not make that money. They're so used to taking in that money. How many hundreds of billions of dollars is enough? There's never going to be enough for any of them. So they have mind control, because otherwise everybody in the world would know what's going on, because it's obvious. Look around you. The evidence is blaringly, it's right in our faces. Everybody can see it, yet we all deny it somehow. I mean, I watch television shows and people go, and they're looking at Tic Tacs, calling that final proof of UFOs. It's so ridiculous. I can't even believe that they keep showing us this crap, talking about how UFOs have finally been exposed, and the government, secrecy is being opened up, and we're being okay. There are photographs of situations happening. The main ones that have been happening lately in the last 10 years, and also last year in, I think one was in Arizona and one was in Colorado. These people they're coming right out, and they're doing Morse code, and they're talking to the people in a very simple format that says, hey, we've come in peace, and we want to help you, and we want to work with you to help you. And that's it. That's what they want to do. The only problem we have are the greed mongers in the world. Those people are destroying this planet. They're going to cause a civil war. They're, quite frankly, might even blast off some nuclear weapons just out of spite, because they don't get to control it anymore. That we, the people, want to control our own lives. We don't live in a simulation. We live in a totalitarian mind wipe. The simulation that we live in is the lie of reality that they have created for us, that they make us believe we live in, because the mind control is so prevalent and so obvious. I was in New York during 9/11. What happened didn't happen the way they say it happened, and I saw what really happened. So here's what it comes down to. We have to take control of our country. We have to take control of the world. We have to get rid of these people. There's nothing else we can do otherwise. So what's going to happen ultimately is we're going to have to do something about it. I don't know. I ain't got the power. I don't know how to do something about it. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to or how to get something like this done. But I want you to know that everybody needs to wake up and open their eyes, because if we don't, we're just going to all die not knowing what reality is. So, open your eyes, look at the truth, and just try to see it every day when you wake up in the morning. Try to question things, and try to open your eyes and say, hey, man, if I see this, and this, that means that is happening. It's pretty obvious, but we see this, and this, and then we go, well, I wonder if that is happening. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, there you go. I'll be uploading this right now. Good night.